Hi everyone, really good to see you again today. I'm suffering a bit today, a bit of man flu, but we'll soldier on. Now, I had plans on going to a couple of different places today, but unfortunately circumstances changed. So yeah, where are we? We've come to Surrey, we've come to Cobham, and we're going to the Ivy. Now, we've already been to the Ivy once, and we've done a breakfast there, and I think I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Was it the best breakfast in the world? No, but it was actually quite a nice breakfast. Now, quite a few said, why don't you go back and try lunch? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what's on the lunchtime menu. Now, the Ivy's got quite a few different places. I think they call them collections. So this is one of the collection. It's not the original Ivy. As always, let's give it a go. Okay, so here we are inside. First things first, this is a stunning restaurant. I mean, you take a look around. What a beautiful restaurant. Really nice laid out, very, very spacious. The bar area looks incredible. And just behind me here, again, you have another whole area there and outside seating as well. Onto the menu. Now, we've got February seasonal specials and classics, all the rest of it. I'll let you guys take a look at that. However, I'm actually going to go for the set menu. I haven't done a set menu yet. And it's 2 courses for £19.17p. You've got 3 starters there. You've got cauliflower soup, duck liver parfait, or an Asian crab. Now, I'm actually going to go for the creamed cauliflower soup, which is with cave-aged long Clawthorne Stilton. Easy for me to say, with chopped capers and parsley. Sounds very nice. And then onto the mains, you've got shepherd's pie, you've got lemon sole, a prawn curry, and they've also got a plant-based vegan dish. Now I'm actually going to go for their Ivy shepherd's pie with slow braised lamb and beef. It's a little bit strange, isn't it? Lamb and beef in a shepherd's pie. It comes with cheddar mash, rosemary, and a red wine sauce. Now on the side there, I've also ordered some creamed spinach, which comes with toasted nuts and parmesan as well. That's an additional £5.75. Now, if you want a dessert, I'll make my mind up afterwards. You can have a dessert, and for the dessert is an additional £5. So basically, 2 courses, £19.17. Now, I think it's interesting if you go onto their main menu here. If you have the shepherd's pie here, it's £17.50. So basically, for another £1.67, you're actually getting a starter as well. So that's reasonable value, isn't it? Or is the shepherd's pie quite expensive? Not too sure. Okay, see you when the food arrives. Okay, so my soup's arrived. I'm going to say presentation-wise, a little bit different. The soup's in there. And take a look in here. I've got my Stilton, I've got some capers in there as well, and a bit of chopped parsley. So yeah, a little bit different. Let's pour away. Wow. It's actually quite a deep jug. And, really nice smells coming off that cauliflower as well. Certainly presentation-wise, I think that looks really good. It's all about the taste though, isn't it? Okay, so onto the soup here. Let's just try a little bit. Wow, you really taste the cauliflower there. The soup is quite creamy. But if you take a quick look here, it is a little bit on the thin side. I think it does need. It does need a little bit of seasoning. Do you like my pepper on the soup? So, let's try it. It's got some capers in there. Capers are very soft. And that works very well with the soup. Come closer here. You've got actual chunks of cauliflower at the bottom there as well. What I'm not getting is a huge taste of Stilton. So let's dive in again. Yeah, there's definitely Stilton in there. I really like Stilton. As a cheese, it's my favourite cheese. Actually, what is your favourite cheese? Stilton's definitely mine. Now, as a soup, as I said, it's nice and creamy. Lots of cauliflower in there. Flavours of cauliflower. The capers work really well. That brings a little saltiness to it. And I like the actual chunks of cauliflower as well. Only criticism, just that tiny bit thicker. If the soup was just that little bit thicker, I think it'd be better. But full of flavour. That is really good. Very nice. I do like the presentation as well. So you pour it in yourself. And if you take a look, that's not the biggest jug in the world. But that's actually quite a large bowl. You pretty much fill the bowl up. So looks are deceiving, aren't they? Now, as you can see, I'm really enjoying the soup. However, what I would have liked is a crusty roll with it, or just a roll or some bread. I'm just taking a look at the menu. If you wanted some salt-crusted sourdough bread, you can have it. It's an additional £6.25. I actually fancy a little bit of bread, but I'm not that desperate for it. I'm going to finish up here. I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, so my shepherd's pie has arrived. You take a look there. Presentation-wise, very, very good. You just have a quick look under the plate there. No, it's not the biggest portion, is it? In fact, it's very, very small. I've then got my cream spinach over here with parmesan on top. Now, I'm going to compare that with Hawksmoor's cream spinach. Again, price-wise, it's not the biggest portion there. And I've got my red wine jus here as well. Before I start pouring everything on the plate, or in the bowl, I'm going to tuck in. The thing is, how do you actually put this all around? Because when I put the red wine jus there, it's going to go all everywhere. Then I've got my cream spinach, so it's all going to get a bit sloppy. So yeah, okay, it's all about the flavours, isn't it? Oh! And I've got my Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. I do like my Lee and Perrins, so I'll put that to good use in a minute. Okay, so let's cut into it. I'll take a look there. Obviously you've got the mince there and the potatoes on top. This is all very awkward though. Don't like the bowl. See what the mince tastes like. Now, the mince itself has got a massive flavour to it. The colour's all good, but it definitely needs some gravy in there. And it needs some seasoning as well. So let's try it with some potato. Cheddar mash, you can taste the cheddar in there, but that is actually quite dry. Yeah, without a doubt, that is quite dry. So it definitely needs the jus on there. Now, before I drown everything, I'm going to try some of the spinach here. Beautiful colour to that spinach. Put some parmesan on top. Now, I'll say it's a little bit bland. You obviously taste the parmesan there, but the spinach is nicely creamed. And not huge flavour to it, so obviously they've blitzed it and taken almost all the spinach flavour away. I feel as though I'm going back to sort of German doner kebab where I kept saying everything was greasy. I'm just saying everything's bland at the moment. Yeah, it's bland. Let's put a little bit of this jus on. Let's see if that livens things up. That actually is very nice red wine jus. I'm actually going to put some Worcestershire sauce on that. Again, the sauciness in the Worcestershire sauce, I think that'll help it a little bit. Let's just see. Yeah, we'll add some pepper as well. Just all in all, I am a little bit disappointed. I thought shepherd's pie, it's not the hardest thing in the world to make. And again, it's going to sound strange, but with the shepherd's pie, what I like to do, I like to have some mint in my gravy, and that's when I mix it through and then put it in the oven afterwards. So you've got a nice flavour of mint coming through. But again, you've got mixed mint here. So you've got both lamb and beef mints, and I'm afraid that doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, the addition there of the imperings sort of lifted it a little bit. But all in all, a little bit disappointed. The only thing that's ridiculous here is this bowl. I mean, just have it on a plate for crying out loud. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to, well, I'll show you what I mean. So I'll have to chuck that there. It's all on top of each other now. And now I'll put the jus on it. It's going to make it nice and sloppy. Pointless, just have plates. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on and I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, so what did I order the shepherd's pie? Well, guys, there's fish and chips on the menu. I'm not having fish and chips. I'm going up to Whitby later in the week. Had steaks on there, but in fairness, I've done a few steaks recently, and I prefer to go to a specialist steak restaurant for my steaks and what have you. So, yeah, I've burgers. Well, I've just done Wendy's and Wimpy and all the rest of it, so no more burgers. So that's why I've got the shepherd's pie. Now, all of you that are concerned about the cameraman, don't worry. He got himself a portion of chips there. He says they're very, very nice. So let's try them. Wow. They are nice, actually. I won't be nasty. I'll give them back to him. But they are excellent crunch them. The only thing is, I think they're £6.95, and it's quite pricey for a portion of chips as well, isn't it? Okay, I'm really sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not actually going to have a dessert. I had my starter there, had my mains, and I wasn't really that blown away with it. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to pay another £5 for a dessert. No, I'm not going to bother. I've been here before, I've had their breakfast, so I've got a fair sort of idea of what the Ivy's all about. Now, I've paid my bill. Now, I'll be interested, what score would you give it? It wasn't the best. The starter was good, not great. Shepherd's pie. It just drove me mad in that bowl as well. You know, the flavours weren't all there. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'll see you guys outside. I've already paid the bill. Okay, so we come outside. I want to start service. Fantastic service in there. Definitely the Ivy have got their service completely sorted out. What is outrageous is the restaurant itself. As you come in, you're met in the reception area, you go through, it's got a fantastic bar area, then a nice eating area, then you've got a conservatory area behind, then you've got a beer garden. However, when you go to the left, it opens up sort of 2 floors. I will tell you, stunning is the word. However, the food wasn't stunning. I decided to go for the set menu. I looked at the price there for the shepherd's pie, and that was £17.50, and for I think it's £19.17 you had the two courses. So I thought, hang on, that's a bit of value. However, start with the soup. The soup itself, I actually thought it was a little bit thin. It was creamy, there was no issue there. I did like the Stilton in there. The Stilton came through, real nice taste of the Stilton, and I like the chunks of the cauliflower there as well. So, and it looked roasted. So altogether, it was good, but it was thin. And I'll tell you what I was annoyed about. Crusty roll, just put a crusty roll with it, you know, just so it gives a bit more depth to the soup. However, wasn't there. Flavours were there, but thin. It was thin. Now, shepherd's pie, that came in that stupid bowl. That's all I'm going to say. It was stupid. Portion-wise, it wasn't a big portion, was it? Now, interestingly, a chap at the table next to us, he didn't order off the set menu, and his portion was identical. So I imagine he wouldn't be too happy either. I did like the red wine jus that went with it. That actually, if you like, gave it the flavour, because the mashed potato, yeah, it had you tasted the cheese in there. However, it was very bland. The shepherd's pie itself, the meat in the shepherd's pie, the mince, it was very bland. Not much flavour to it. I had to put the Worcester sauce in there just to give it some salt, if you like. I had to season it quite heavily. No, not good at all. And then you got the creamed spinach. So I was like, okay, let's compare that with Hawksmoor. Well, there's no comparison. Hawksmoor wins all day long. The parmesan in the spinach, that gave a little saltiness to it, but there was no flavour to the spinach at all. That's a complete waste of money. I just wouldn't bother with that ever. So all in all, I'm a little bit disappointed. Now, when I'd done the breakfast at the Ivy, I went back and I kind of looked at some of the comments and some of your feedback. I look at all your feedback because I reply to all of you. However, quite a few turned around and said, Gary, we think it's overrated. And I thought, well, hang on, that's a little bit harsh. You know, the breakfast actually was quite nice and I like the setting and all the rest of it. However, you're right. I think it is overrated. Okay, I haven't teleported. It's kept having to move because of the car park here and people moving out in and out. So, hey. Onto the bill. So, for my 2 courses, £19.17. My cream spinach was £5.75, and there was a service charge, £3.93, just shy of £29. Now, yeah, it's the Ivy. I've got to take into account service, brilliant. Oh, restaurants to die for. The best restaurant, the nicest decorated restaurant I've been in. Absolutely stunning. But I was disappointed. I was disappointed on the portion size. I was disappointed with the flavours that was there. What mark am I going to give it? What mark did you give it? I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Shepherd's pie, well, that's going to be an Ivy classic. Not really. Still, you can't win them all, can you? Now, we have got some exciting videos coming up this week. Some real good ones. Whitby, here we come. Love to hear your comments. What do you think of the Ivy? If you like and subscribe to the channel, you know I always appreciate that. And until next time, bye-bye.